What's going on, y'all? My name is Enoch. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I know that ain't an easy task, but let's go. Welcome back to Divine Motivation Podcast. I really appreciate you tuning in. I always say this and I mean it with all my heart. I don't take your time for granted. Thank you so much. Follow the YouTube Divine Motivation _ subscribe, like. If I say something that you like in this video, you have to send it to a friend. That's just the rules. That's what they told me. Follow the Instagram Divine Motivation _ where I give you motivation every single day. Now let's get into it. Okay, so we kind of been on this self-evaluation thing where it's like, for you to really grow, you gotta dig into you and just start being honest with yourself. So last week we talked about we 6 months in. The year is halfway through. Are we pursuing what we pursuing? Are we going after our goals, going after our dreams, all that good stuff? So today, I really want to talk about, because I'm big on phrases, like all these cliches that we always hear, and I like diving into them. So I thought this would be good for evaluating ourselves. So we all heard the phrase, iron sharpens iron, right? Like we hear that all the time. And we're like, yeah, man, iron sharpens iron, yeah, this is what we got to do. But then it's like, me personally, I never hear people talk about the side of but are you iron? Right? Like, are you iron though? You're saying iron sharpen iron, but have you become iron? Like, have you done the steps to where you're solid? And I think that's where the focus needs to be, especially in your personal journeys. Like, ask yourself, yeah, iron sharpen iron, but what am I right now? Like, I wasn't always iron. I know that for a fact. I know there was so much things I needed to work on. I knew there was communication things I need to work on. The way I carried myself, my character, accountability, consistency, everything have to do with character. Like all these things, my walk, my spiritual life. Like I knew there was so much things I had to work on, but I put the work in. So now I can say confidently, like when I'm in a conversation with somebody and it's like a building conversation and we really just working with each other and building each other. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Iron sharpens iron. Like we have to be accountable with each other and talk that talk and really mean it. But if you don't know where you are, you could be in a conversation with somebody and thinking you're really doing something, but the conversation is actually making you worse, or you might be making them worse, where you're not really talking about nothing. You're not really being productive in the things that you're saying. So that's why it's important to constantly work on yourself and have that analysis like, yo, am I clay? Like not on a disrespectful term, but like being honest with yourself, like, yo, where am I? Like, do I add value? Do I take more than I give? Do I really sit back and just analyze the situation and not really have any input? Where are you? It's okay if you're not iron. It's okay. We want to be this upper echelon, but we're not ready to work on the lower echelon. Oh, that's good. I never heard that before. You feel me? Like, we have to work on these lower stages that we are and be okay with it. Because if you don't work on where you at on the lower stages, when you get to places where you're so-called iron, you'll start to chip. You'll start to have some callous in you, and these type of conversations, you'll start to crumble, and people can see right through that. And then it's like, dang, you just blew opportunity because you wasn't honest with yourself. Like, don't always walk into the room like, I know everything. I'm this, I'm that. Have confidence, but not arrogance. Understand where you are and being okay with like, yo, I'm trying to learn from you. Like, I see you got it together. Like, I'm trying to sharpen my tools where I'm at now. I'm a dull knife. I need to sharpen up so I can turn to a strong blade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to not have it all together. But you have to constantly be moving towards getting better. Like, me and my best friend always say this, like, strive for perfection. There's nothing wrong with that. We always have this, yo, I'm not perfect, so, I mean, but strive for it. Yeah, you might not reach it, but in that process, you become better. You reach excellence. You like another phrase, like I love these phrases. Shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, like you'll land on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot higher. The sky ain't the limit. Like, shoot for it. Don't get complacent. It's okay to not be where you want to be. We can't want to be there so bad that these in-between steps, we just skip over them. And that's why when we get to so-called there, we fall so easily. We just start rolling down them stairs because we skipped steps going up. You have to be conscious of that. So now really ask yourself, like I really want you to ask yourself, like, yo, where am I? Am I iron? Or do I need to get to a place where I'm sharpening where I'm at now? So that when I get to iron and I meet someone else that's iron, it's just like, yeah, we get into it. Like I have conversations with people and I'm like, man, this is so productive. This is so powerful. Like my boy, he just got into real estate and he already getting his first property. And I'm like, man, this is beautiful. Like I love it. Now hearing like, okay, these are what you did. All right, now it's like, okay, these are certain things I need to do now. I got to work on this. I got to get this out there. I got to focus on this. That's how you sharpen. That's how you get better. Not looking at somebody like, man, what they doing? Remember we talked about comparison. Like, what they doing? Man, they ain't really doing nothing. Knowing like, yo, they really doing something. Let me take something from them. What can I learn from you? How did you get there? That's what iron sharpens iron is. Like, when you say these phrases, understand what you're saying and what that really means. And what are the implications? If you say it, you better live it. Don't just speak it. Don't preach it and not even live it. Like, you gotta live what you're saying. That's part of character. That's part of being iron. You want to be that person to where when people talk about you, it's like, oh yeah, they solid. They solid. Not like, oh yeah, the outside look like iron, but if you get to know them, nah, they're not good for you. Straight acid. You want to be strong. Stop trying to get that instant gratification. That's worth nothing. I understand that's what we live in, but that's why I love the phrase, be in the world, but not of it. You don't have to be all these fake facade things that you see and think because it looks like it's working, that's what you have to do. Focus on being iron. Focus on working on you. Forget about the outside noise. Work at where you're at and keep growing and keep getting better. Get to iron. And when you get to iron, keep sharpening. That's the message for the week. I appreciate you tuning in. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Follow the YouTube, Divine Motivation _. Everything is Divine Motivation _. Like, subscribe. And I'm pretty sure I said something that you like. I know I did. So now you know you have to send this to somebody. Right? That's the rules. They told me. That's the rules. So please send this to somebody. I appreciate you. Let's do this again next week. I'll see you.